Minot State men's track and field has two of the top throwers in all of the NSIC, and while they both hold school records, Leif and Chase Snyder have taken different paths in their ascent to the top of the Division II throwing ranks. Throwing the javelin began as just a way to get out of running events in high school at Devil's Lake for Leif Nelson, who began his collegiate career as a basketball player at Lake Region State.
Basketball was like the first sport I ever fell in love with. It's like what all my siblings played and everything. So I grew up playing basketball. Javelin was just kind of like a side thing, something to do for fun. But now that I take it more seriously, it's, I definitely think I made the right decision.
An injury on the hardwood led to the 6'7" thrower and jumper to transfer to Minot State, where the junior has already set a new school record in the javelin with a throw of just over 237 feet earlier this month, a record that previously was set by Ed Booz back in 1982.
My goals are set pretty high. I want to make it to the Olympics 2024 next year and make it to Olympic trials and everything like that. So, I have to push myself. If I'm not going to do it, no one else is going to do it for me. So I got to push myself and get it done.
Part of the reason Nelson has reached new heights in the event this year is credit to help he's gotten from former Beaver standout javelin thrower Cody Schmidt.
My main problem last year was the flight. And so, he's helped. We've worked a lot on that. Flying it through the point is called, hitting it just right. So that makes a big difference.
While Nelson didn't expect to throw in college, Chase Snyder has been a thrower since he was a little kid, following in his brother Cody's footsteps in reaching the college ranks.
I started when I was 10 years old. I had a health condition. I almost was pre-diabetic at the time. And my dad said it's about time he starts lifting and throwing anyway. So that year he started having me do weights, and then it just led into throwing, and I've been doing it ever since.
Snyder owns the school record in the shot put at 53 feet 9 inches, currently third best in the NSIC, with most of his coaching coming virtually.
I've really had to rely on my father, who's my old high school coach, to basically put me through everything. You've seen Leif. He's been able to excel with having a coach there all the time, but it's been hard for me because I had to go practice, and then every day after practice I send him video and he critiques it, tells me what I need to work on, and then the next day I go practice what he tells me to work on. So yeah, it's just been a big struggle because he's been basically coaching me from 400 miles away roughly.
Coming to Minot from Boyd County High School in Nebraska, Snyder enjoys the individual aspect of throwing shot put and discus.
Where I'm from in high school, the teams weren't great because there's a lot of people who didn't put in the extra work, and doing something like football or basketball on a team that didn't win a whole lot, it was really discouraging. But I knew with shot put and discus, it's all about me. So if I don't get where I'm supposed to be or I want to be, it's because I didn't do what I'm supposed to be doing.
Becoming a top thrower in college is no easy task and takes more than just becoming a strong athlete to set competitive marks.
The other throwing events, shot put, it takes a lot more strength. And people think you got to be strong to throw javelin, but it's not really the case. It's mostly technique it'll get you a lot farther than strength. So I think a lot of people think strength will get you there, but getting the right technique will help out a lot more.
It requires a lot more speed than what people realize. People know it takes strength, and if you are familiar with it, it takes technique. But if you're slow in the shot put and discus, you're going to be very limited, because just strength and technique will get you a ways, but having speed makes you the whole package with it.
Now both Snyder and Nelson have a handful of meets to get ready for the NSIC Championships coming up on May 11th, with hopes of also making it to Nationals in Colorado a couple weeks after that.